When you look through, so Medvedev's taken to the age of 25. Roger won his first at 21. Rafa won his first at 18. Novak won his first at the age of 20. And Team was, 26, I think, when he won his first. So this era, you've got to do the apprentice.
But I don't think I don't think this will happen again. What we've seen with these three guys, and you add Murray and Wawrinka into that mix because they end up with three each or whatever. I think this next generation will see it go back to being shared around a little bit more. I think Zverev and Medvedev are the most consistent two at the moment. I think Team still a little bit up and down. I think Tsitsipas, I called it at the start of the tournament. He was very up and down. I wasn't convinced that he was going to go deep and prove that right. I think the next group of players, we can't expect that we're going to see what we've seen with this era happen again.
No, exactly right. So trying to forecast ahead, just looking at Alcaraz, obviously he's making an impression. Already up to 38 in the world as an 18-year-old. We've got a little taste of Holger Rune because we've been sort of seeing a lot of his results but not seeing him on the centre stage. We've got to see his brand of tennis. Musetti's the highest-ranked 19-year-old. Sinner the highest-ranked 20-year-old. Brooksby and Nakashima we've got a little look at the US Open as two Americans that we think are going to rise, but to what level? Felix seems to be going in the right direction.
He's probably the one for me. I've been a little bit critical in the last year or so of Felix being pretty one-dimensional as a player, sort of had the crash and bash and that was all. But I think now we're starting to see a little bit of actual tennis smarts and finesse come into the game and a little bit more of a well-rounded game. And he proved that throughout this tournament. I think he's the one now of that sort of 21 and under group. Yeah, Alcaraz, we look at what a beast and a huge tournament. But I think that Felix, for me, just has that little bit of something that he's working on now that you can really see him being a force also.
So up to 11 in the world, and the other 21-year-old inside that top 50 is Sebastian Korda, who's shown some good signs.
Yeah. Still
not sure yet.
No, and there's still a few holes. It's just, to be at the top, to win a Grand Slam 7 matches over 5 sets, you can't have holes in your game. And Medvedev at the Australian Open had holes in the final against Novak. He was so far behind the baseline. Novak used the slice to full effect. Medvedev combated all that stuff in this final and was able to turn around and actually move forward. He was sort of 50% winning points in the net. He's just starting to. He served so well. I know we're going to break this match down, but it's just starting to tweak all those little things and tidy up spots. And you look at like a Rafael Nadal early in his career, didn't serve great. Backhand was just sort of plotted it around and didn't lose off that side, but it wasn't a weapon. And he couldn't volley to save himself. But by now, so if you look at Rafa, at 30, 31, 32, 33, serves great, volley, doesn't miss a volley, backhand can be a weapon. And we know the forehand's great, but I think that's what we're starting to see from Medvedev too. He'll just tweak and tune and there's a lot of improvement there still for the Russian.
No doubt. So the best 22-year-olds, Casper Ruud, I look at that and go, he's 10 in the world.
Yeah.
Sort of...
clay rat, mate.
He's had a little purple run on the clay, which has elevated him.
The schedule helps. You always get a couple of these guys who play a really good clay court schedule. It's sort of, the amount of Master Series and big events through the middle part of the year. Then they get an extra little run at it if they decide not to go to the States straight away. And then they get another little run on the back end, of the Aussie Open and the US Open. It's sort of if you're a clay specialist, the schedule is there to try and make a run if you can win a lot of matches.
So we wait to see this crop of men and what they're going to do over the next couple of years.